with our hat box is we are going to add our legs. And the legs that we're adding, I picked them up in the clearance section at Joann Fabrics, I want to say. Yes, I think it was Joann Fabrics. I picked everything up from Joann Fabrics as well as the hat box. They were all on clearance. So the legs were about $7 and the hat box was about $5. So you guys can find some great treasures in Joann Fabrics if you ever get a chance. And we're just attaching those with our hot glue gun. And now that we have our legs attached, we're going to turn our box over. And what we're doing now is we're going to go ahead and put the top back on, and we're going to measure where we need to stop with our 1-inch thick foam that we're going to be covering our box with. So right now you see me doing that, just using a regular pen and going around the edge of the top of our hat box. And now that we have that all marked, what we're going to do is take our 1-inch thick foam and we're going to add that to our box. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure from the top, from the bottom of where that line is to the bottom of the box, so that we will know where we're going to cut for that foam to fit around our box. So I'm just placing that up against the box there, and then I'm just going to make a small cut to let me know where I will start cutting. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a measuring tape and we're going to measure the circumference around our box to see how long we should cut for that foam, so that we can place the foam around our box. So I'm just taking a measuring tape and just measuring the circumference of the hat box to see how long we should make that strip of foam for the box. And I'm going to take that measuring tape and just go along the 1-inch thick foam that we're going to be using to just figure out the length of the amount that we will need for our hat box. And now we're just cutting out the piece that we need to go around our box. Okay, and now that we have that cut out, what we're going to do is just take our hot glue gun and we're just going to glue this to our box directly with our hot glue gun. And we're just going to glue that all the way around our box, making sure that we stay within those lines. Okay, and now that we have our foam glued on, that portion of the box that we left, we're going to use, you can use any kind of paper or any kind of material or whatever. I later decided to use the bling wrap from Dollar Tree. You will see that later. Okay, so if you decide to use that, it still looks perfect. Now what we're going to do is start measuring for our tufts, and we'll start in the middle, and I'm just eyeballing, and that'll give me a start. And now I'm taking my measuring tape and I'm going to measure about 5 inches apart from each tuft going through the middle, and then we'll go around those. So now we have all of our marks where we will start to cut for our tufts, and we're just going to do that by taking our scissors and cutting on those small lines there. That way we can just cut that little center out and make a hole for our tufting. And it's very easy, guys. You're just cutting through the foam to make sure you get to the box, get to the bottom there, so that you can have a clean open hole. And I didn't show you guys, but I added batting, and I pretty much did the same thing that I did with the 1-inch foam. So I added the batting, and then I made the holes for that. So now we're going to add our material, whatever material you would like. I found this material at Joann Fabrics as well, and it was pretty cheap, so I went ahead and got it, and it matches the chairs that are in my room, so I decided to go ahead and get this. And what I'm doing is I want to leave at least 1 inch on each side for my tufting so that I have space to do what I need to do. And then I'm going to find my hole, and using my staple gun, I'm going to go ahead and staple in those holes that I have already created. And that will start our tufting. And as you can see, they're turning out very nicely. So we've gotten all our tufting done. And now we're going to turn our box over. And the extra material that we have, we're just going to fold it over really nicely. And then we're going to use our staple gun, and we're going to staple it to the bottom of our box. And we're just going to do that all the way around. Okay, now we have all of our bottom stapled. Now we're going to start on the top, the extra material on the top. And what we're going to do is we're going to tuck this in, and using our glue gun, we're going to just glue that in. And we're just going to do that all the way around. Now let's focus on the top here. We're just going to take that extra fabric that we had left over, and we're going to just glue that to our top. If you want to go ahead and do tufting on your top, you can do that as well. I didn't have enough fabric left over, so I just decided to go ahead and do it this way. And now we have that all done, and it looks really nice, guys. We're just gonna put that on top there. And even without the tufts, it still looks nice. So now we just have to finish up with our final touches, and that would be adding our bling to our tufts so that we can cover up those staples. And I got this bling from Walmart. They have these where they have the larger, the medium, and the small. And I decided to get those, and we're going to use the larger bling beads. And we're just going to go ahead and add those using our glue gun. Now they do have adhesive on the back, but I recommend you use the glue gun so that they don't pop off. Okay guys, now we're going to get started with our mirror, and we're just going to do this really quick and easy using foam board from the Dollar Tree. And we're just going to cut our foam board to make ends for our mirror. So you're basically just making an L shape, and I want to say these are about 3.5 inches. So I'm just going to cut 3.5 inches on each side of this. And we're just making an L shape to go on each end of our mirror. And I really don't have a lot of measurements for you because I kind of eyeballed it. So you guys can just kind of look at how you would like for yours to be. You may want it thicker, you may want it thinner. It's kind of up to you guys. So I just used the one cut and decided to make two for both ends. So now I'm going to take that same material that I used for my stool, and I'm going to use it on our foam board so that we can add this to our mirror for our mirror design. And I'm doing that by just adding the foam board to the material, and then we're just going to cut, leaving about a 1/2 inch on each side so that we can fold over and cover the foam board. Okay, now that I have that cut, I'm just going to fold this over onto our foam board, and we're going to use our hot glue gun to do this. Again, guys, very simple, very easy. And now that we have our material attached to our foam board, now we're going to attach our foam board to our mirror, making that design that we showed on the Wayfair inspired mirror. And we're just going to attach that again using our hot glue gun. Now, if this is something that you want to make permanent, you would probably want to use another adhesive such as an E6000. And now that we have our foam board attached to our mirror, now we're going to go ahead and just do some embellishments with our crystal beadings that we had from Wal-Mart. So we're going to use the same thing that we used on our stool. And instead of the large ones, we're going to use the medium. And there you have it, guys. It turned out absolutely gorgeous. This picture does not do it justice. Absolutely gorgeous, and I'm just loving it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to our new subscribers. If you're just joining us on our channel, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to see new upcoming DIY tutorials for home